In this video, we're talking how Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS are taking another step forward in moving the Glazers out of Manchester United. What control they actually have got behind the scenes now. More investment coming in. Where that investment is actually going from Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Big report on that. And looking at reports from the people in the know about what is actually happening right now with the stadium and why this is so important about Sir Jim Ratcliffe, what role he's got, and the Glazers at Manchester United right now. All will be revealed. Stay tuned. Manchester United are about to appoint a elite operator in the world of football business or even sports business. More on that as United drop their financial record revenue figures but run at a loss. Are we surprised? No. Wages are coming down though. Has INEOS really got their vice grip into United already? And things are already looking on the up as the red goes down. Catching up with the black, maybe. It's Forever United TV. Welcome along to the evening show, everyone. Slightly earlier than scheduled. I have training to do. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to tell you straight. I have some training to do. So we are doing a little bit earlier tonight as we're going to be kicking off after the game. Oh, setting off after the show for a game. And yeah, about to get wet playing football and all of that. But yeah, I do apologise. It is only a one-off and we'll back to normal schedule tomorrow. But I do appreciate you all joining us anyway. Get your likes in. Let's get as many of them as we possibly can. And of course, make sure you get your comments in. If you want to get your comments in, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the debate going on. We always bring everyone's opinions into the show. Hundreds of you actually replied and put comments in on the Ronaldo video we did earlier on today. Honestly, it's like two subjects that I really boil piss with, which is Ten Hag and Ronaldo. It was a real cocktail of emotions, that one. Go and have your say on that, or actually bring up your comments in the live section on Ronaldo. Why not? Let's just go on a whole wind up fest, shall we, tonight, and everything going on with United. But I want to talk serious, and I want to talk about a story coming out from Football Insider regarding Sir Jim Ratcliffe's. Not many people are picking up on this story at all. I'm going to tell you who's involved in it and where it has actually come from. So obviously, first of all, Football Insider and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's. We know he want a new stadium. This is where it all comes from, where it stems from. Obviously, Manchester United, and there was a report in The Athletic about how Manchester United would raise capital and funds to get the new stadium built. It's going to cost over $2 billion to make it. It's going to take 6 years to get the stadium done. United are obviously in a partnership now with the councils and the local area in terms of redevelopment and infrastructure around Old Trafford, and the new stadium is the forefront of that. We've seen all that news come out. How do we fund it? How do we afford it? Look, if anybody was, I mean, I'm a geek with this stuff, but so I'm just going to tell you as well as I know. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe has got cash. He has got lots of it. He's got lots of liquid assets. What do liquid assets and cash mean? That's money that he can get his hands on instantly. i.e. it's not invested into other businesses and therefore you can't get hold of it. He has got a lot of cash and a lot of liquid assets. He wants to invest into Manchester United. We know this. We know the commitment to more funds in December and more investment into Manchester United, which will take Sir Jim Ratcliffe closer to 30% stake in the football club. He now is looking, according to Football Insider and financial football expert Stefan Borson, who is on TalkSport a lot as well, that he wants to invest money into United himself again to fund the stadium build at United. Like we said, he is only too happy to invest his money. And when you invest into infrastructure, it counts for nothing when it comes to PSR and financial fair play. And this is infrastructure. This is the foundation of Manchester United. This is the legacy that Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to leave. And obviously he wants to get on with it. We said before when he first took over Manchester United, Sir Jim Ratcliffe's no spring chicken. Like well into his 70s now. I know he's running marathons and all of that. But this project's going to take 6 years to get done. I don't want to state the obvious or anything like that, but we need to get a move on if Sir Jim is going to see the fruits of the labour, if you know what I mean. So, yes, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, why does he want to invest his own money into this? For more of a share in Manchester United. If the Glazers want to take any sort of piece of the pie or this extra revenue source that could come in with this whole new regeneration of Old Trafford, Trafford Wharf and the new stadium and everything that comes with it, if they want a piece of that, we need to fund it. We need to get this over the line, finalised and start building. Now, they're not going to invest in anything. As we know, they haven't invested a penny of their own money in Manchester United. Clever businessmen, arseholes, yes. For us fans, yes. Business world, smart men. Unfortunately, we're on the other side of it and we all think they're idiots and the scumbags and they're taking advantage of the football club. But Who else is going to put the money in? Sir Jim Ratcliffe will, for a bigger stake in Manchester United. Now, will the Glazers relinquish more of a stake? I'll just read into what's actually been said. I'm just going to go back to part of this article and go through it. The Athletic reported on the 26th of June that the club have held exploratory talks with major financial institutions, including the Bank of America, about funding options to raise the necessary capital for the development, i.e. the stadium and the restructure of the area. But sources have told Football Insider Ratcliffe could put more equity into help fund the new stadium, leading to him taking a much bigger stake and diluting the Glazers' shares as a result. The INEOS chief has made a number of significant behind-the-scenes decisions since he arrived at Manchester United, despite the initial indications suggesting he was only going to be overseeing football matters. Finance expert Stefan Borson told Football Insider, Ratcliffe and his staff are now essentially in charge of running everything at Old Trafford as they look to propel the club back to the top of English football. And if you read into that article more, it basically means you cannot be just controlling football matters when you are about to get rid of 25% of the workforce, i.e. the 250 staff members that are going to be let go and lose their jobs. You don't just run football, because then people haven't. A lot of them people are not part of the football running of the football club. They are part of all of the corporate section, the business section, obviously sponsorships, marketing, all of that stuff. They are that staff, and you don't get control of them if you're not running the football club. Basically, INEOS are completely running Manchester United, and as long as the Glazers are okay with the finances and the numbers that are coming in, record revenues, obviously that was last season, the Glazers, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS had no control over that. But if that continues and we start to do well and bring more money in, and Sir Jim's looking to invest his money in to make more money for them, then who are they to say no to this? The only way that we move forward with this and this new stadium and the Glazers getting a little bit more money is by Sir Jim Ratcliffe getting more power. And that means the Glazers relinquishing more shares for Sir Jim to invest in, and that money will go into the infrastructure of Manchester United. So he wants to buy shares and invest money into building the stadium, or at least kickstart everything off. It only happens if he gets something back himself. Power. And anybody who thought that when Sir Jim Ratcliffe came in was just funding the Glazers or being a puppet for the Glazers, you are sorely mistaken. People have come to me and said, look, it's all just a PR stunt. It's Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He's basically just keeping the Glazers in a job, and it was all just to get rid of the Qatari bid and everything like that. There's nothing going to be invested. 200 million quid in new signings this summer with no Champions League football. 50 million on redeveloping the Stretford End and the tunnel at Old Trafford. 50 million on redeveloping Carrington and making it a state-of-the-art training ground. And now looking to invest more money into shares to then release money of his own to invest in building a new stadium at Manchester United. So Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS are just a bit part player just to keep the Glazers in power. Looks like it, doesn't it? Just look at the facts and read what's actually happening. What is going on? Like, how much money is he investing into Manchester United? You don't do this, and you are not 20 times bigger than the Glazers, like INEOS are. You don't invest this much money if you are just going to be a bit part player. And let's be honest, the Glazer model, and if you were going to bend over for the Glazers and just let them run things with your money invested into it, then you're going to end up losing, aren't you? Because that's what the football club is doing under the Glazers. We're shipping money out for fun. Well, that's the main thing that I wanted to talk about there and get your opinions on right now. But so Jim Ratcliffe looking to fund this build himself or start this off himself. I honestly question anyone who thinks that Sir Jim Ratcliffe hasn't got Manchester United's best interest at heart. Yes, I've said it all along from the start. He isn't going to want to do this for nothing. So don't buy into the fact that Sir Jim Ratcliffe just wants to spend all the money before he goes and leave a legacy. He wants something back. This is a legacy for INEOS as well as Manchester United. He has invested everything and the best of INEOS into getting Manchester United motoring again. And he isn't going to do that if he's not going to get a return. Don't be stupid in thinking that he isn't getting anything back out of this. He is. And we are going to be getting a new stadium. It's a fact. We are going to have it. Simple as. Like, it's the best option and it's the most sensible one. $2.5 billion spent on a new stadium. And if Sir Jim Ratcliffe's going to put a big chunk of his own money into that, then I think that puts it all to bed, doesn't it, in terms of where Sir Jim Ratcliffe is and where he wants to take Manchester United forward. He really is putting his money where his mouth is. He's spending it as much as he possibly can. Like, if Sir Jim Ratcliffe didn't have the restraints of financial fair play, Manchester United would be going places very, very quickly. Look, we still spent nearly more. I think, did we spend most? I can't even. I've not even looked at that actually. But I think United in Europe, I think, were the 5th highest in terms of net spend over the summer, and that's with no money. That's with a wage bill sky high. That's with no European football to attract the right players. That's what happens when you've got real people in place and men that know football and women that know football working for Manchester United. That, honestly, is where everybody was pointing towards when the Glazers were running the club. And everyone who picked out on the Glazers was saying, look, it's, you know what, the money has been spent there, so where has it gone? It's not their own money. No, it's not. We all know that. And the Leach is for that. But where has that money gone? Where did it go? Like, seriously, you've got to take this seriously and say, look, it was the people that were running the show that really cocked everything up for Manchester United. And as long as the Glazers were getting their dividends and getting their money, it didn't really bother them. The price of Manchester United was going up and up and up. The debt was irrelevant completely to him. INEOS, I think, in showing this, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's really showing his hand here in where he wants to take Manchester United, and this is key in everything moving forward. Let's get into some of the comments, see where you guys are at with everything. David Campbell, can Sir Jim afford to buy the full club? That what I want. He's working towards it. We said it when he took over. He's got his foot in the door, and now he wants to slowly work away at the Glazers in getting the majority stake in the football club. There's no way that INEOS come in. Let's don't forget. I just said it a minute ago. INEOS are 20 times the size of what Manchester United are, and they honestly they make the Glazers and Manchester United and everything the Glazers have got look minute compared to the power and money that's going through INEOS, and the turnover of their businesses is astronomical compared to what Manchester United is. So let's not forget how powerful and how much money is actually going through INEOS and what they have got. And I said before, liquid assets and cash is there. You just cannot spend it because of financial fair play. You can invest it into infrastructure, but obviously as a businessman, you are going to cut every single corner, get everything running on a flat, straight line, and know where every single bit of money going out of the football club is going to, everything that's coming in. Get everything under control, and then look where you can actually invest your extra capital and make Manchester United earn more money, because that's what it's going to be all about, earning more money for United. Like, the revenues have just been released for Manchester United. Manchester United released full year financial results reporting record revenues of $661.8 million for the financial year ending June 30th, 2024. And a net loss of $113.2 million for the year, partly due to investment in the squad and transfers and wages. Now, Manchester United's wages have come down significantly as well. They've gone up in last year, but obviously we know they're coming down. So the wages as they are right now, in terms of what Man United are spending, $647 million was last year's. Champions League wages, everyone getting full wages, big contracts. That included Martial, that included Rafael Varane, that included Jadon Sancho. Obviously, Marcus Rashford's new contract then as well, Casemiro, all of the big earners, everyone who is on Brewster's. So you think about the workforce that's going, the 250 staff, all of the players that have left. Manchester United was still over 100 million less than what Liverpool are in terms of the wages being spent. Fourth on the list, and that's only 55% of Manchester United's turnover in terms of wages. So we're spending, and we always try to budget, and Manchester United have always tried to do it. They've always got to get around 50% of your turnover is spent on wages running a football club. We are there now. We're probably going to be even less than that going into next year's financials, so keep an eye on that and where we go. But yeah, miles off Manchester City, miles off Chelsea, and miles off Liverpool. Sorry, we're not 100 million behind Liverpool. I said that wrong there. Literally, we are about 10 million less than Liverpool. And I mean, look at their percentages. Like City's wages are 59% of their turnover. 79% of Chelsea's turnover is taken by wages at the club. 62% of Liverpool's. United's, and we thought we were paying high wages, only 55%. Crazy. Aston Villa's 89% on wages. Oh my God, that is ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah, United's finances are in a good state right now when it comes to what we've had before with the Glazers to what's happening now with INEOS. And the interesting to look at is what them financial figures that have just been released will be this time next year when the INEOS have got full control of United. And like Boston says there, it is Manchester United being run by INEOS now. The Glazers are really not doing much. They're just sitting back and taking the money. But if they want to earn more, if they want Manchester United to be getting more and more money, and this is why they've allowed the INEOS to come in, obviously to line their own pockets as well, which we know about, but like they are going to have to let Sir Jim Ratcliffe get even more control, I feel. And Sir Jim will just be pushing the Glazers bit by bit, slowly, to a point where he is the majority and he is the power at Manchester United. He pretty much is running the whole club now himself. Like the experts are saying there, you don't get rid of a quarter of the workforce if you haven't got power in other departments apart from just the football matters at the football club. Boxing Straight Talk in the chat says, if Sir Jim wants my support, he needs to sack the inept manager and just repair Old Trafford, not wasting money on lending billions against the club for a fancy new stadium with shite football. A new stadium's coming, mate. You'll have to just face it. Ten Hag won't last long. He won't be here when the new stadium comes around anyway. So everything would have changed by then. So I think you should just get behind him, mate. What else have we got? Scott says, I don't believe the football club will own the new stadium if it gets built. Look, naming rights and everything like that will come in. There'll be all sorts going on. It's modern football. We cannot live in the past forever and a day as United fans. We have to move forward. And Manchester United and majority of that stadium will be owned by the football club, but you are going to get naming rights on it. You have to accept there's going to be some snazzy corporate sponsorship name on that stadium. It's as simple as that. Old Trafford will still be there. It'll be knocked down a little bit to a level where the youth team and the women can play there as well. So Old Trafford's not going. It's just been redesigned into a new stadium next to the spanking brand new one, which is going to be going up just over the other side of the car park, it would seem. Let's get some more chat going on. It's true we have poured good money into the club and I hope he eventually become sole owner, but also true that United just announced today they have lost £113 million the last 12 months. That's worrying. It is worrying, but that was Murto, Arnold, the Glazers' loss. INEOS couldn't do anything about what was being paid before. Let's have a look at these figures again, this time next year. And then let's see how INEOS have changed anything. That will be the interesting one. We cannot even judge INEOS yet on financial figures. They haven't been in long enough. Sadiq says, is he really investing or is he asking Manchester government to fund the new stadium paid by the British taxpayers? That's long gone, that, Sadiq, mate. That has been blown out by government and everything. That's not happening. We have to fund it ourselves. We're not getting any taxpayers' money to buy the stadium. It ain't happening. Manchester United haven't behaved like a big club in 11 years. You could say longer than that, to be honest, in terms of off the pitch. You got Raws. Didn't the Glazers agree to not take excessive money for 2 years and stay out of INEOS's way? There's loads of different sort of deals and permutations that could pop up within the deal that the Glazers took. Look, people were moaning at the time that the Glazers could just pull the plug and resell, and like Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS would have to abide by that. Look, no one's going to give any more than what Sir Jim Ratcliffe gave to get into Manchester United. No one's going to buy United at all. Like, we had the chance and no one really came forward with a competent bid apart from Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He knew what he was dealing with. He knew who he was dealing with and he had to do it a certain way. And now we're at where we're at, where it is looking a little bit more organised at Manchester United. And that's the positive we have to look at in all of this. Let's get through a few super chats. Roddy Johns, our first super chat. Thank you, Adam. Do you think Sir Jim will sell Nice? I think he wants the multi-club ownership. I don't think he's got any intentions of selling them, but I guarantee if it was between United and Nice, and if we sold Nice, he would have enough money to ultimately reinvest it into the new stadium at United, or to do anything with Manchester United. I think he would. But obviously, he would want to make a profit out of selling Nice. So I don't see him selling them yet. I think he wants to build the multi-club. I think he wants to build very similar model to what City have got in like the club ownership scheme that they've got going on, with different models of the City brand all over the world. And they've already got a good start at that, obviously, with Lausanne, with Nice, and now Manchester United. And Omar Barada coming in, working alongside Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team with that. Is a bit of experience in that department. Christopher Vivel, working with the Red Bull Group, is very experienced in multi-club operations. They want to keep the multi-club, mate. I don't see them selling. Craig with another super chat. Is it a concern of the 130 million loss, 113, Craig? No, it's not. Manchester United are confident they will still meet, within these reports as well, they will still meet the PSR financial fair play regulations and will not go over, basically. So, yeah. Big up to the channel and all the viewers who's been a member. Tom, 9 months, what a legend. You got Rawls with another super chat. I would love to keep Old Trafford, but it's been neglected so bad by the Glazers that the new stadium is the way to go. Totally agree, mate. And Modern Samurai is also in the chat, who's just renewed his membership. 6 months a member. Eric Ten Hag is better than Sir Alex Ferguson. There, I said it. Trust me. Anyone who is new to the channel and you're looking at Modern Samurai's comment there, he likes a bit of sarcasm, our Modern Samurai. Trust me. I'm going to defend him on that so he doesn't get battered. But just to just to quell the storm, Modern Samurai has gifted 5 memberships as well. I see what you did there, mate. Legend. Thank you as well. Them memberships have gone to DM Levi Starr, the infamous Warrior FC, Nick S, and Mike Fergus back in the members club. Mike, welcome everybody. Make sure you give Modern Samurai a big thank you. Thanks to them super chats we just read out as well. C74M says, Adam and Kaz having a great day listening to Oasis, Robbie Williams, and take that. I'm having a football, an F-ball. Don't know what that is. A big up, mods and chats. It's a weird old comment. I love it. I'm glad you're having a happy day, mate. Over 1,000 watching, guys. Get them likes up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the evening show. I know it's a little bit earlier than normal, but we must, obviously, schedules dictate and everything. And I am on with this project that I'm doing right now, so I'm in between a load of different stuff and building something up at the moment, and I can't wait to reveal it all to you, but it's looking like next month is when that's going to be happening, so I've got to work double time at the moment with all sorts going on. But yeah, into other news as well, and what is happening with Manchester United's, let's say, workforce, as in the people that Manchester United are looking to bring into the new structure at the football club. And Mark Armstrong, who is he? He is the financial officer, chief financial officer at PSG. What was he doing? He was a head of sponsorship at one point. But when I say that this guy is a high roller and has worked at a high level, 10 years at the FA, not bad. How about working at the NBA? How about working for the NFL in terms of working with the NBA and promoting and working in marketing for them in terms of sending that over to Europe, working on the Africa side of things, basically making the NBA brand worldwide in them countries as well and them continents. He is top notch. And who was in charge of trying to convince him to come over? Yes, indeed. The other man who was a big player and was at PSG at exactly the same time, Mr. Jean-Claude Blanc, the man that has worked in operating and organising Olympics. We've got guys that have worked with Olympics and organising events like that. We've now got people who've been at the FA, the NBA and the NFL, as well as PSG, and overseeing everything, including that Qatar takeover there, and dealing with lots and lots of money. people and power players that are at the top of their game. This is what Manchester United are doing right now. So whether you thought that Manchester United's finances, United's corporate marketing, business, sponsorship side of things is going to get forgotten about, and INEOS haven't got any say whatsoever in the running of the football club on that side of things, appointments like this kind of put you straight back in your place and say, INEOS are in control of Manchester United right now in every single department. They are running the whole ship. And it's good to know. It's good to see. And hopefully this bodes well for the future for the football club. I can't see how it wouldn't, especially with the amount of money that Jim Ratcliffe is willing to invest in to Manchester United. As soon as he gets that go-ahead and they get that green light on that area, they can just go full bore in and invest more into the club. The new stadium and the new area around the football club and what's involved will be fantastic. And people like Mark Armstrong, who has been at PSG for a very, very long time, who has worked around the world in different sports and different associations, is massive for Manchester United. The know-how that he has got and the experience and people he knows is gold for Manchester United at this stage right now. And honestly, every time INEOS appoint a new member of staff or someone within the structure, I think everything just livens up, and you just start thinking what can this guy bring? Everyone that they are bringing to the table is helping Manchester United. They have got something to offer. When Sir Jim Ratcliffe said you need the best in class, this is the best in class. The staff behind the scenes are what helped Manchester United develop into that massive football club again. And again, it all comes down to what happens on the pitch. Yes. But when you've got a structure like this in place and you've got everything working, every single little cog working towards that big one, there are expendable jobs everywhere. And if Erik ten Hag doesn't get it right, they won't think twice about moving him on. The pressure is well and truly on. Well and truly on, everyone. And everything that's going on behind the scenes and the people that are in place are not going to take a failing football side for all the work that they're putting in. They need a product to sell. They need a product to work with. And it's their job to make sure that that product is being run right. And there's one man that's in charge of running it right. And Ten Hag needs to adapt before time is up for him. Can he turn it around? Obviously, from tomorrow, we're going to be talking pretty much full steam ahead for that Southampton game. But yeah, I'm going to come to some of the comment section now. The Glazers will be gone within 3 years. INEOS and no fools, not making all these appointments for nothing. They are bringing people in to run Manchester United. They are running Manchester United. It's as simple as that. Jonathan Dayton, Adam, with all these top executives at the club, do you think possibly maybe they might switch away from only selling Carling? The fans demand real change. I was taking that comment so serious then, and then I fell right into the trap, Jonathan, and I'll be having words with you when you pop up at Old Trafford next time for that one. I was in serious Adam mode, talking about serious business finance, football finance, and then you drop Carling on me. Well, yeah, I really do think they need to take it seriously. Whoever it was who said there was Madri on draft was winding me up as well. We went and checked. Kaz checked as well, and she backed me up there was none there. I'm really pissed off that United don't have decent food and decent beer or different options for the fans. It's pathetic, to be honest, considering what we are. But hopefully that changes. I hope we don't have to wait for the bleeding new stadium to get some better food and beverages and stuff inside Old Trafford. I just need to wake up one morning to FUTV breaking news. Ten Hag sacked. It's something dreams are made of, that. INEOS appointments sound all rosy, but they need to get things on the pitch right first. I just said that, Jinxie. I think, no, you're dead right. They can't do everything, but they can do one big thing. They've backed the manager. They've publicly come out and backed him. And it's down to him now to actually give them something back. I think this is what INEOS are waiting for from Ten Hag now. They want to see what their work is worth in the hands of Erik ten Hag. And I think that's the important thing now. So Jim Ratcliffe is taking Old Trafford healthy only juice bars and smoothies. Sorry, Modern Samurai. That's not happening, not with this Man United fan base. One thing that he won't want to do is upset the fans right now. And I'm pretty certain he won't go down that road anyway. That would be the end for so many Man United fans if he did try and do that. Trust me. I think they will actually open up fan parks and stuff like that. Man, around Old Trafford, if anyone has actually been, like, you all know how crap it is. And there's nothing to do. There's absolutely nothing to do. And to be honest, you don't want to stand inside Old Trafford with a plastic bottle of Carling. Like, you want to stand outside with a pint, like, talking to people, having a bit of entertainment or something like that on. Like, I hate to say it, but City have got like a setup where you actually do go to the game and you can get a bit of entertainment and enjoy it outside the stadium as well. You can't at Old Trafford because all it is just concrete car parks everywhere. There's nothing there at all. So, yeah, really, they need to look at investment in that area as well and give something back to the fans, especially the match-going fans. My God, we get the raw end, honestly, we do. Literally, we're a month into the season. I've already had another 150 quid taken out my account by United. Like, they've already charged me for the tickets for the Pauk game, which I think is in October. Like, oh, fuck, like, every chance to get, ping, notification comes up. Your account has been debited another £52 for your free tickets. Like, back off. Like, we've not got enough already. We're not even a month into the season. You've already ripped me for another 150. Some people even more. Oh, man. God, thank God for concession. Where else was we at there? Yeah, going back into the actual figures and everything. And Omar Barada has been talking as well. I'll just read out what he has been saying regarding this. Omar Barada's statement when announcing the financial results. It's been a busy off-season for the club with successful training camps for both our men's and women's team. We've strengthened our men's squad with 5 exciting players and put in a new structure in place to better support our manager, Erik ten Hag. Dan Ashworth has been appointed sporting director and Jason Wilcox has joined us as technical director. 2 extremely experienced and respected professionals who will bring great depth to our squad. We have added 6 players to our women's squad and are investing to ensure all our teams have access to world-class training facilities at a fully refurbished Carrington. We are also delighted to have extended our partnership with Snapdragon after a great start for the 2 additional years on top of the initial 3-year term. As I begin my new role as Chief Executive of this historic club, we are all extremely focused on creating a bright future for this club. We are working to improve our financial sustainability and make changes to our operations to make them more efficient to ensure we are focusing our resources on improving performance on the ground, as in pitch. Today we are announcing new guidance for fiscal 2025 that reflects the partial year impact of cost saving and organisational changes we implement over the summer. Manchester United's strength is built on the passion and loyalty of its fans. Our clear objective is to return the club to the top of European football. Everyone at the club is aligned behind a clear strategy to deliver sustainable success both on and off the pitch for the ultimate benefit of our supporters, shareholders and hugely diverse range of stakeholders. Making sure he covers all bases right there, Mr. Barada. By the way, I was at the Legends game at weekend. Omar Barada was there, taking pictures with fans. Top guy, plenty of time talking to fans in the stands. Like, he's not got a chip on his shoulder, this guy. He is a smooth operator, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's been there and done it at the biggest clubs. He knows exactly what's in front of him right now. And the statement says it all there, very clear. Covering the fans, the stakeholders, the shareholders, the history of the club. He's nailed it in one statement there, making sure that everyone is on board with the direction that INEOS are taking Manchester United. And I would feel confident if I was him with that team around him as well. I think that is important, that he has got competent operators in their roles around that structure at Manchester United. And I think looking at everyone that's in place, no one can really moan about what Manchester United have got. there right now. The only thing that we've got an issue with is the results on the pitch. And that is, like we said, like the be-all and end-all of this football club. It only runs right if everything's right on the pitch. There's only so much you can do behind the scenes. At the end of the day, it comes down to what the manager and the players produce, and that brings in money off the pitch as well to help investment, infrastructure, youth setup, everything like that. Even the women's team, like you mentioned there, like all of the money coming in from the men's club and within the Manchester United brand has to be spread around everywhere, and you cannot get better unless you're successful. It's facts. And I think INEOS will make the big calls where we didn't get them before. We didn't. Come on, Barada. Press the red button on Ten Hag. Drop through that trapdoor. Don't forget to subscribe to United Couple as well. Yeah, thank you. Guess has put that, one of our mods, in the chat. Episode 20 is out now, guys. Me and Kaz behind the scenes of everything that's going on. Kaz says, I'm going training in 2 minutes. No, I'm coming in a minute. I'm nearly finished. Just wait there. I'm all ready to go as well. Modern Samurai has just dropped in a mega super chat. Thank you, mate. Eric Ten Hag has been there and done it all as well. Just ask him. He'll tell you. Sarcasm again. He gets away with it because he's dropped a mega super chat in there. Modern Samurai, legend. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to wrap up the show there, guys. I'm sorry I could go on forever, but we have got to get going as well. I apologise to everybody. I like to do longer shows and everything like that, but tonight we just have to be somewhere and I have to get going. I just want to say a massive thank you to all the contributors, new members, current members and mods. You are all absolute legends. I will be back 8 o'clock in the morning, bright and early, with your news update. Make sure you're there. Welcome all new subscribers as well. This is Forever United TV. Have a fantastic evening, everybody. Please give the video a like on the way out. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the morning.